You've been there, right? Standing in the pet food aisle, you grab that expensive-looking bag. It's got beautiful pictures of salmon and wild herbs on it. You pay that premium price because you feel like, yeah, you're being a great cat parent. But have you ever stopped and really wondered if what's inside that bag is actually healthy, or if it's just really, really good marketing? So let's just get right to it. What if that fancy so-called premium food, maybe even the one your vet recommended, is actually part of a system that's been quietly damaging your cat's health for years? It's a tough question, I know, but it's one we absolutely have to ask. You see, the problem really starts with the fact that we're talking about a $100 billion industry that basically polices itself. And because of that, it has gotten incredibly good at marketing to us, to our human ideas of what a healthy meal looks like, with grains and veggies. And often that comes at the expense of what our cats actually biologically need to thrive. And this right here pulls the curtain back on the whole thing. These words we pay more for: premium, natural, holistic. Guess what? In most places, they have zero legal definition. A company can literally slap the word premium on the exact same formula, double the price, and get away with it. It is pure marketing, not a reflection of what's inside. Okay, this is probably the single most important thing to understand. Cats are obligate carnivores. Now, that's not a lifestyle choice, it's a biological imperative. It means they must eat meat to survive. Their entire body, from their teeth to their short acidic digestive tract, is engineered to process animal meat, fat, and organs. Not corn, not wheat, not peas. And this is where that disconnect becomes so obvious. Most dry kibble is anywhere from 30 to 50% carbohydrates. A cat's natural diet, it's less than 2% carbs. So to get the protein numbers on the label to look good, companies pump the food full of cheap plant proteins like corn and soy that a cat's body just isn't built for. And don't even get me started on animal byproducts. Legally, that can mean beaks, feathers, hooves, and even tissue from diseased animals. So what's the fallout from this carb-heavy, dry diet? Well, it leads to our first huge problem, a silent dehydration epidemic. Think about it. Cats evolved in the desert. They have a naturally low thirst drive because their bodies were designed to get almost all their water from the prey they ate. I mean, just look at these numbers. A mouse, a cat's natural meal, is about 70% water. Dry kibble? It's 10%, maybe. So we're feeding an animal that's built to get water from its food, a diet that is almost bone dry. And they physically cannot drink enough water from a bowl to close that gap. They end up living in a constant, low-level state of dehydration. And this is where it gets really scary. 1 in every 3 cats will develop chronic kidney disease. And that is a condition that is directly tied to this long-term dehydration. Their little kidneys are just working overtime, day in and day out, without enough water to function properly, until eventually, they start to fail. But wait, people always say, what about their teeth? Kibble cleans their teeth. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that is a massive myth. Most cats don't chew kibble. They crack it once and swallow it whole. There's no scrubbing action happening. Honestly, there is no significant scientific evidence out there to back up the claim that it helps with dental health. Okay, so you're probably thinking, simple, I'll just switch to wet food. And while that's a huge step in the right direction, it's not quite that easy. You have to be careful because you could be swapping one set of problems for another. Many cans have their own little hidden dangers.
Yeah, the trouble can continue right inside the can. You've got BPA from can liners leaching into the food, which is linked to thyroid problems. There's carrageenan, a really common thickener that's a known cause of inflammation in the gut. And that's not even counting preservatives that are banned in human food or artificial colors that are only there to make the food look more appealing to you. Your cat literally couldn't care less what color it is.
Okay, I know that was a whole lot of bad news, but here's the good news. We're going to pivot from the problem to the solution, because the power really is in your hands. It all starts with learning how to read that food label like a pro and see right through all the marketing hype. Here's your cheat sheet for the pet store. It's just 3 simple steps. First, look at the first 5 ingredients. You want to see a specific meat, like chicken or turkey, not some vague thing like poultry. Second, learn to spot the red flags. If you see byproducts, animal digest, or meat and bone meal, just put it down. And third, shorter is almost always better. If the ingredient list looks like a chemistry final, it's probably not great. All right, now that you know what to look for on the label, let's put together a super simple, totally sustainable game plan for feeding your cat. This is about supporting their health for the long run, not about achieving some impossible standard of perfection.
I love this. It's called the 80-10-10 rule, and it's so easy to remember. The goal is for 80% of their diet to be that high-quality, moisture-rich protein we've been talking about. 10% is for variety, rotating different proteins like chicken, turkey, and fish to avoid developing food sensitivities. And that last 10%, that's for flexibility, for treats, for when the budget is tight, for real life. It's a goal, not a prison.
Now, this part is so important. You cannot, I repeat, cannot just switch your cat's food overnight. It'll wreak havoc on their digestive system. You have to go slow. Start by mixing just a tiny teaspoon of the new food in with the old. Then, over weeks, you gradually, slowly increase that ratio. Patience is everything here. So what about our little kibble addicts? I know you're out there. This is where a little tough love comes in. A healthy cat will not starve itself, I promise. If they turn their nose up at the new food, just take it away after about 30 minutes. Don't leave it out. Then offer it fresh again at the next meal. Be consistent, and eventually instinct will kick in. And here's the fun part. You are going to see results. The very first sign is usually smaller, way less smelly poops, which, hey, is a win for everyone. That's a sign of better digestion. Then, within a month or so, you'll probably notice their coat is softer and shinier. And after a few months, you might see a real spark in their personality. More energy, more playfulness. You'll see the cat they were always meant to be. Please remember, this is all about progress, not perfection. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. Maybe you can't afford the 5-star best of the best food. That's okay. Just switching from a bad dry food to a pretty good wet food is a massive win. Every single upgrade you make, no matter how small it seems, is a huge investment in your cat's future. I just want to leave you with this one last thought. Your cat trusts you with everything. They can't read an ingredient label. They can't Google feline nutrition. They are completely 100% dependent on you to make the right choices for them. And now you have the tools to do just that. Their health, their happiness, their life, it's all in your hands.
Before you go, remember this. Your cat is doing something right now that most owners completely miss. At Feline Frontier, we don't just share cute cat facts. We uncover the hidden meanings, the quiet signals, and the strange behaviors your cat uses every single day to communicate with you. From the sounds that instantly calm a stressed cat, to the tiny habits that prove they trust you, to the mistakes that silently hurt them more than you realize. Everything here is designed to help you understand your cat on a deeper level. So if you've ever looked at your cat and thought, "What are you really trying to tell me?" You're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to Feline Frontier, because the next video might explain something your cat has been waiting years for you to understand. See you in the next frontier of feline truth.